the Lord. We're going to get the youngest brother up here right now, and he's going to sing you a song about a great Western hero, one called Pecos Bill.
Oh, Pecos Bill.
You ready? Daniel will be along.
He's fine. I'm still tweaking.
Yeah, he's still making sure
Still
that's
tweaking. I don't tell jokes on the guitar player because if you offend the guitar player, the band falls apart, and you saw how close we came just then. So now that he's back, are we ready to roll along? Here we go.
Pecos Bill was quite a cowboy down in Texas.
He's the Western Superman, to say the least.
He was the roughest, toughest critter, never known to be a quitter, 'cause he never had no fear of man nor beast.
So yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo.
He's the toughest critter west of the Alamo.
Well, once he roped a raging cyclone out of nowhere. Then he straddled it and settled down with ease. And while that cyclone bucked and fitted, big old sea rolled and smoke and lit, and he tamed it on me, went down to a breeze. So yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo.
He's the toughest critter west of the Alamo.
Once there was a drought that spread all over Texas, so to sunny California he did go. And though the gag is kind of corny, he brought rain from California. That's how he got the Gulf of Mexico. So yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo.
He's the toughest critter west of the Alamo.
Once a band of rustlers stole a herd of cattle.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that herd they stole was Bill's. And when he caught them crooked villains, Pecos knocked out all their villains. That's the reason why there's gold in our hills.
Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo.
He's the toughest critter west of the Alamo.
Pecos lost his way while traveling on the desert. Hey, not that desert. It was 90 miles across the burning sand. He knew he'd never reach the border. If he didn't get some water. So he got a stick and dug the Rio Grande. So yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo.
He's the toughest critter west of the Alamo.
Started shooting up their little game. He gave them redskins such a shake-up that they jumped out of their makeup, and that's how the painted desert got its name. So yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo.
He's the toughest critter west of the Alamo. While reclining on a cloud high over Texas, with his guns he made the stars evaporate. And when he saw them stars decline, well, left one brightly shining as the emblem of the Lone Star Texas State. So
Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo.
he's the emblem of the Lone Star Texas State. Thank you.
Oh my. Well, we're gonna do you. This is
What is this?
kind of a recitation. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the story of the prodigal son, but I'd like to hold on that theme for this poem, and well, it's a sort of a poem. And this next song is a Marty Robbins song called Master's Call, one of my very favorites. But before I get to that, I'd like to do you the prodigal son in the key of F. Feeling footloose, frisky, and fancy-free, a feather-brained fellow forced his fond father to fork over the farthings. He flew far to foreign fields, where he frittered his fortune, feasting fabulously with faithless friends. Finally, finding himself fleeced by his fellows in folly, he found himself a frumpy feed-flinger in a filthy farmyard. Fairly famished, he fain would have filled his frame with foraged food from the fodder fragments. Phooey! That one's PH. My father's flunkies fare far finer. The frazzled fugitive fumed forlornly, frankly facing facts. Frustrated by failure, and filled with foreboding, he fled forthwith to his family, and falling at his father's feet, he fumbled, "Father, I have flunked," and fruitlessly forfeited family favor. But the faithful father, forestalling further flinching, frantically flagged the flunkies to fetch forth the finest fatling and fix a feast. Fault-finding brother frowned on fickle forgiveness for the former folderol. Fortunately, father figured, faithful fidelity's fine, but the former fugitive is found. What forbids fervent festivities? Let flags be unfurled, let fanfares flare, let fun and frolic freely flow. Former failure is forgotten, folly forsaken. Final fact: forgiveness forms the foundation for future fortitude.